I am live. Let's see. How you doing, teacher? How's the video and the sound? I've got a little different setup here. And how are you? Any info on Dan? Hello, hello. I was thinking too, teacher. I didn't type it in the other day. If you haven't found Dan yet, I think I put in there. Did you did you offer a reward for maybe the locals to give them incentive to go find Dan, or at least look for him? I'd be more than happy to pitch into a fund for that if if you're going to do it. Let's see. I think if I get closer to the microphone, is it any better? Okay, great. Thanks, teacher. Well, that's a bummer. Well, hopefully, maybe he just hooked up with 2 or 3 females he just can't pull himself away from right now. Um, that's a bummer. All right. Oh, well. Um, I just wanted to do I know I don't even know what time it is. What is it? It's still early. Just to get maybe some suggestions on videos to do. I know that the video I did on the Asia Air, um, I keep making the mistake of using my GoPro 9, and the lighting in this room isn't very good. Although I do have lighting, but I have my M3, which is like absolutely perfect for doing that kind of stuff, and I didn't use it. So from now on, I'm going to use it, or at least light it up. The GoPro 9 is really unbelievable. I really like it. It's an awesome camera, but in low light, just not very good. How you doing, Mitch? Did the teacher? Did you check out that Air Asia deal? I don't know. I mean, you've got the bar and the restaurant and stuff, so I don't think you're going to be taken off very much. But I don't know. Like I told everybody on there, it's just if if you're planning on being here even for 4 or 5 months, like I said, I used it like 15, 20 times last year. Flew to Bangkok 4 or 5 times. Flew from Bangkok to went to Hua Hin. Um, I want to check out. I've never been to Chiang Rai or Chiang Mai, so I'm going to check that out this time with the wife. We're definitely going to. I don't know whether it's better to just take. I want to come and see you, teacher, uh, um, but I don't know whether it's either to just drive our truck. She won't. She doesn't want me to go on the scooter. She thinks I'm going to kill myself. I've been driving 2 wheels ever since I can remember, but she's just a little nervous, I guess. But maybe we'll take the truck or a bus, or maybe now with this Air Asia thing, maybe we'll fly to Bangkok and take a van from there down. I don't know. I'll have to check into it, but um, what does he got? Wow, what would they want with them, teacher? They're not for pets, right? Now that's man, that sucks. Well, hopefully he finds a way back. So you have audio, huh? Man. Okay. Well, if the airport's open soon, I believe I'll be able to fly right in there. If that's the case, hell, I'll come for lunch on a Saturday on this Air Asia thing, and just have you make me breakfast. Um, but I'm definitely coming. I would already been there if it wasn't for my wife. Like I said, she's just a little nervous. When I was, I don't know, for some reason I knew in my life I would uh, never get injured or seriously injured on a motorcycle. When I was young, I built a panhead. I think I told you guys that was on the cover of Iron Horse magazine. I built it for. I don't know if anybody's familiar with any of the parts places in the USA, but Gary Bang was a big distributor and of parts, and this company was in direct competition with him back there. We made frames, rigid frames, girder front ends. We sold all different tube lengths for front ends, oil tanks, gas tanks, seats, sissy bars, everything you could possibly think of. So I worked for this guy for 3 years, and his son was in the Navy. I built him this panhead. It was a 62. I bought it. It was wrecked. I built the panhead. The son came back, and he he got it onto Iron Horse magazine. Then in his garage, he had a garage fire. The garage fire singed the paint on the blue or the red metal flake. I bought it from him for almost nothing. He pretty much gave it to me, and took it all apart. Did a blue metal flake, and then I took that bike and I rode that. I lived on that bike for a year and a half. I think I learned more about life um, on that in that year and a half that I was on that motorcycle. It was probably late 70s. But anyway, we took a long ride one day and up through by my house in the San Fernando Valley, some big steep canyons, a lot of twisties. And we were gone for like 4 or 5 hours that day. I drove all the way home to my mom's house at that time, and the whole back end of the bike dropped. The bearings went bad. I had a bad set of bearings in it, and at that point, I knew that I would never ever get at least seriously injured. I've been down one time very minorly, all my fault, and. But I don't know. I feel completely at ease on anything that's two wheels. But I would love to ride there, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I'm guessing if they open up the airport there, that would be great. She would probably go with me. I'd like her to meet your wife and meet you and everybody else around there. So maybe come for 3 days. Working for the government for TOT, she has not a hard time. She's got 2-3 weeks, I think, a year off, but I'm hoping to take her to the USA, back to the United States this year. Excuse me. So hopefully we'll do that. And then, like I say, if I have that and I'm 14 days in advance, I have to book the ticket. But Bob Seger, I saw Bob Seger, Silver Bullet Band live. I forget what year it was. At the I think it was the amphitheater. Anyway, one of my favorite bands, by the way. Yeah, I'll come down for a weekend. All I've got to do is book it, and if I can fly from Buriram to Bangkok and from Bangkok into Rayong, that would be awesome. I'll just rent a scooter for the weekend or something, and bug the living shit out of you all weekend or something. But how you doing, Andy? You had a 3-wheeler? She just, I don't know. She doesn't want me to die or something. We've had a conversation 2 or 3 times. I said, I don't mind living as long as I'm not a burden on somebody. But as soon as I become a burden on somebody, it's time to go, And she's, no. I'll take care of you till you're 100. And, I said, I'm not going to have anybody cleaning up after me. I don't want to get too graphic. And she said, oh, no, I got no problem with that, which she didn't. When I was in the hospital, when I came out of intensive care and went into the private room, she stayed there with me for a week straight in the beginning and every night after that. So she's an amazing woman. I'll have to get her on. We'll do a live stream with her. She's kind of getting used to me, filming a lot, which I'm still getting used to. I'm still not very good at this stuff, but I'm having a little bit of fun. I went over to the house. I put out a video. I started thinking about it afterwards. I think I gave the guys a bad rap. They're out there. I don't know how it is in Rayong, but when I did that video where we went and got the waterfall and all that, it was 41 degrees Celsius. I mean, it was hot, and it's hot here in Surin now, just starting to get. So I think I was a little too hard on them. They put up those blue cover tarps, and they're just out there just putting steel together, more and more steel. So I think they're going to go. I'm going to talk to them anyway, maybe tonight. Excuse me. And find out what his schedule is on at least getting the concrete on there done. I think once they get that upstairs done in the concrete, all the walls will start going up. I think it'll move along pretty quick. I'm still hoping for June. Originally it was going to be in July, but I think we maybe might get it the middle or end of June, which would be nice. We're both jonesing to get in there. She's buying stuff left and right. I think I'm supposed to. I don't know if I haven't heard any honks out front, but she ordered 5 long stem rose bushes and 10 long stem rose bushes, 5 white and 5 red, and then she got 1 free, so she got an extra red rose. So I don't know. She says she can sell the Thai people. I give them so much credit. I was talking to her yesterday, I think, and we were driving. We were on the scooter and driving by just a little canal, 10, 15, 20 Thai children, Thai women, Thai men down there catching whatever it would take, 10 baht, 20 baht, whatever they make, they go down there. They don't, United States, I mean, we just stick out our hand and say, give me some money. Where's my food? Where's my food stamps? Where's my, they don't, I guess if you don't have a chance, I guess maybe it's different or they don't offer it enough, but these people are not afraid of working. I mean, they'll go out and do whatever they have to do for their family. And that's the way I live my life. Whatever I got to do, I got to do. Sometimes hasn't been good in my life, but for the most part, in the last 20 years or so, it's worked out pretty well. But I do. They just, whatever they have to do to go buy, a kilo of rice and live off that. I just give them a lot of credit. We have in the past, but when Corona came up, started doing some charity stuff or started to plan to do. Her best friend is a teacher at one of the outlying schools. The first one that we're going to do is an ice cream and food day. We're going to set that up. How you doing, Bill? Yeah, right, Andy. I mean, it's just, I couldn't do it. I thought when I was over there, I thought, did I do this when I was 25, 30 years old? Yeah, I did. I mean, in the San Fernando Valley, it would be 115 degrees. And I did service for the first 6 years of our business. And, but I don't remember it being so brutal. Granted, we didn't have quite as much humidity, but I still, it was still nasty stuff. So anyway, what I'm saying is I want to put together a deal. We've talked to her over the past year trying to set this thing up. And of course, everything that's happened kind of put stuff on the back burners, but I want to get it back on the front burners. These kids, there's like 100 of them. So it won't cost me much money, but I want to get them maybe a lunch and definitely a free ice cream all day deal, get a cart there or something. Yeah, it's been hot. So I don't know. They don't seem to slow down much. They put up tarps to take the direct sun off of them, and they'll build that stuff, I bet, on the second floor just to keep them out of the sun and keep on pouring and setting steel. And I guess once they get that poured, I don't know if they're going to be doing the same. I'm guessing they're going to do the same process on the second floor. I'm guessing they're going to put down those 2.5 inch thick concrete slabs and then cover it in 3-4 inches of concrete and steel. So the house, I hope the ground will hold it. I mean, thing's got 9,000 tons of concrete and steel on it. But well, I guess I did the right thing by telling him I don't care what you got to do and how much it's going to cost, but I definitely don't want any settlement and my walls and floor cracking. I don't want it. Yeah. I hear that. My stepfather was from Hartwell, Georgia. And ever since I was a kid, when I was real young, maybe 10 or 12, he was the bigwig in the street maintenance, street tree division in Los Angeles. And then he had his own business. So all I knew when I was younger was wake up at dawn on a Saturday and a Sunday and go either chainsaw in my hand at 10, 11, 12, cut and brush. We didn't have chippers in the beginning. We threw it in the back of trucks, and then we would climb on top of it and have a live chainsaw down between our legs, cutting the stuff and stomping it down. And then finally the glory day came and we got a chipper and started throwing stuff through the chipper. But your story about the hay with the, so the old man, he said, yeah, we're going to take a trip back there 3 weeks or something, a month or something. So we went back. This was the first time. I think I was 11, maybe 11. And boy, what a nightmare. He's, I went there. My grandfather, I guess, beat him. He beat me. But the old man hated it because my grandpa, he wouldn't, I couldn't do any wrong. He never got mad at me. I could do whatever I wanted. But when I was there, they had cotton fields and they had alfalfa. And so I spent I don't know if anybody's familiar with cotton, but this stuff is the nastiest stuff in the world. It's like reaching your hand into a rose bush without any gloves. Because even with the stuff on our hands, the thorns it was nasty. So I did that. And then I walked behind a hay baler and threw bales of hay on the back of trucks in 85, 90-degree weather, 85, 90% humidity. The stuff just stuck to you, you know. And so the next year, when the old man said, "Okay, we're going to go again," I said, "I've got Little League. I think." "Oh, you don't want to go?" You know, no. I think I'll just stay home and play Little League and hang out with my friends. Thanks, but no thanks. But it didn't hurt me, didn't kill me. But that's what I did for 3 weeks, and I only did it once. And I said, "No, I'll pass on this trip." Mines in Western Australia. Yeah, I bet that must have been nasty. That's someplace I still want to get to, Andy. I think I mentioned that on the last one, that last live stream that we did was I have half my family, 150 relatives in Sydney, and I'd like to get there. It's on my bucket list, which I'm going to have to get going on my bucket list pretty soon. I'm going to be 65 this year, so I don't know how many more years I got. According to my doctor, I'm going to live for a while, but you never know. What else was there? So I'll talk to him tonight. I'll go again tomorrow. I'll find out what's going to happen. I kind of want to get an update on things anyway. I did go over the plans. 44C. Wow. With him once already, but the door that's going to go in the side where it's going to be the Thai kitchen, and I still want to go over a couple more things with him, because some of the concrete stuff that he was going to do, I'm cutting out, but I'm also adding to some other areas. In other words, I'm deleting some and then making some double width of what he was going to do, 2-meter wide on the side of the house. So we'll see. I got to go over all that with him, and that's something I have to do with my wife, because I'm not real versed in Thai. I should be by now, but I'm not. Yeah, that 44 is brutal to say the least. Oh, my battery's low. But anyway, let's see. Anybody have any kind of questions? You know what else I wanted to know too? If anybody had anything that they really wanted me to do a video on, anything regarding anything, food prices, home prices, rental prices, anything. I like some ideas maybe to what to do them. I have plenty of time, that's for sure. But so if you do, I wasn't planning on this being a very long live stream anyway. But maybe if you could leave suggestions in the comments, I would really appreciate any kind of input. I'll of course keep everybody up to date on what's happening with the house build, and I do plan on doing a live stream, maybe Q&A with my wife on here, because I know that there's a lot. I know that there's one gentleman in the United States that's coming here that has a Thai wife. That time to get going. He has a YouTube channel. She always sends me stuff in Thai, so I have to have my wife read it. I have a hard time trying to copy it out of the YouTube deal. But maybe there's some questions. I know there's a lot of people that have Thai wives. Maybe they want to ask something or that kind of stuff. I'd be more than happy to do that. You want to know, Tom, about HomePro roof and wall insulation? You know, actually, I do too. That's one of the other questions I've got written down for my builder, is what they plan on doing for insulation. But yeah, I sure will, Tom. I sure will. Thanks, Andy. Uh, yeah, I think so too. At least to get her perspective on things, and um, like I said, she's a peach, man. She's a good one. I know I have every time. It's really funny. Every time I go somewhere, whether it's a wedding or all the Buddhist orientation, any kind of function that they have, she'll introduce me to two or three of her relatives or friends. Of course, they're all sisters, but they're between 40 and maybe 40 or 38 and like 42. They all want Farang husbands, all of them. And there wasn't one of them that I've seen that was hard to look at. I mean, they seem good people. You know, they're workers. They're not. They work here in Surin, or they work in the out in the fields. They have rice fields or whatever they have. They work for a living, but good ladies. But a lot of them want. Every time she'll pull me aside, you want to find Farang husband for her. Okay, but I don't know. I look at it, and the weird thing for me is when my wife passed away, she was the only woman that was 61 years old that I looked at and wasn't looking at my grandma, and probably because I was married to her or been with her for 30 years. But after that was passed, I had no interest in women my age. I mean, I hate to say that. I don't. It's not even so much that I didn't have interest. I had interest, but as friends and stuff like that, I by all means. But to be with somebody and to live with somebody and to marry somebody, I don't know. I still think I'm 35, 40 years old. I look in the mirror. I try to take down all the mirrors in the house so I don't have to look at myself. But I still feel 35, 40 years old. So, but they don't seem to mind. What if I would have met her with her personality? It wouldn't have mattered. It was that she was 108. The woman is amazing, but you'll see that when we do the Q&A, and I'll try to do that. Give everybody enough time, maybe build up some more subscribers. I think now I have 143, I think. Yeah, no mirrors, Mitch. Because I feel young. I mean, the lowest I've ever felt in my life was last year when I was in the hospital. I never felt so helpless. I mean, God, it was horrible. But now I consider myself maybe about 80, 85% back to normal, what I would consider normal. But I still, besides my body, my knees just wanting to go to crud. And yeah, Andy, it is. It's true. And especially here. I mean, would I care if people looked at me weird or whatever because I'm with, a 40-year-old? No, I don't really care. But it's nice here, at least in Thailand, to not have to experience that. People look at me because I'm a Farang. They're not, especially when we go to some of the outlying little villages and stuff. They don't see them. They don't see white people. So, but as far as looking down or looking away or, any kind of that, never here in Thailand have I experienced that. And we'll see what happens when I go back to the U.S. But again, I don't really care. You've been feeling really good lately? That's good to hear. Who was it that got sick? Was it Joe? I was on somebody's, teacher's doing something. Okay. Well, he's going to do a video on Dan, I guess, again. So I just got notified. So what I'll do is, get older. Yeah, you're right, Andy. But, I feel good. Like I said, she doesn't even, blink at it. I think she's absolutely gorgeous. She's got a great sense of humor. And like I said, I'll put her on there. But, what I was saying was I was watching something and Joe P got tested positive for the virus. So I wish him the best. I guess he's okay. He's not in the hospital or anything, but maybe we'll find out more about that on somebody else's channel. So anyway, I will see you guys later. Teacher's going on right now, so I'll go visit him. All right, we'll see y'all later. See you on the next one, guys.